guys, it's Megan. So I just filmed my products that I want to use up in 2015. This is a different angle and the lighting's way better because before I was just using natural lighting and then it started raining and it was really cloudy. So anyhow, I changed the lighting and angle for this video. And I'm going to talk to you guys about my official plans for my Project Use It Up 2015 and my beauty budget. A month ago, I guess I would say, I did a tentative plans video about what I thought I would do for my Project Use It Up and my new beauty budget. And since then, I've made a few tweaks to it. I've added a few things, and now I think it's really what I want to do for next year. So I'll start with my Project Use It Up plan. Of course, as always, I have it in my little notebook that I have kept my Project Use It Up plan for 2014. I have the products that I used up, my makeup collection inventory, the inventory for my Project Use It Up, and goals, and all sorts of things. And I put some ideas for 2015 goals. And yeah, so that is good. So I have it in this notebook, and I think that this, like, keeping a notebook or a certain specific place where all of your ideas for your projects go is a really good idea. If you're someone that responds well to lists and like writing things down and stuff, it really works for me. And so if you're a list maker and you want to start on a Project Use It Up or a project pan or something, make a specific notebook for that purpose, and I think that it would really help you. So I have my Project Use It Up plan and then my beauty budget plan back to back. So for my Project Use It Up 2015, it's much different than my 2014 plan because in 2014, I was just starting to get on the mindset of using up products and not purchasing until I used up stuff. Throughout this year, I have done so well at sticking to that and using up tons of body lotions, body washes, skincare things, just all sorts of stuff that I really wanted to use up. I've purged so much makeup that I wanted to condense my collection of certain, like not topics, but certain items. I wanted to condense my collection in those areas, and I really have done a really good job at it. So in 2015, it's mostly about maintaining the size or maintaining this mindset, and also remind myself to use up things before purchasing more, which is something I've grown really accustomed to throughout this year of using up stuff. And then I also implemented a new thing for product limits, which is in certain categories, I only want a certain number of that product at any given time. So that's something that I didn't do in 2014 that I'm doing now in 2015 to just maintain a smaller collection of things. And I don't want a collection. Me and KRISTEN PAPULIS were talking in the comments one time about how we hate the word collection, and she's mentioned it a few times since then in her videos, and I really agree. I think that's a wrong word for what I want. I don't want a makeup collection. I don't know. It just sounds like I'm just collecting it and not using it, and that's not what I want. So anyhow, on to my plan for 2015 for my Project Use It Up. So I have, let's see, 3 categories on my list. The first one is use up before purchasing more. So these are products that I want to still use up until I buy something else. So this is either that I didn't use up all the ones that I want to, I'm really focusing on in 2014 to use up all the ones, or I'm just continuing on the path to get to a smaller amount in that collection. So there I go with the word collection again. It's just so easy to throw that word around. Anyhow, my first one are foundations. Like I talked about in my products I want to use up in 2015, I showed you guys 5 foundations, and I have 2 others that I really want to use up in 2015. I want to use up all the ones I currently have and then buy new ones. Next is eyeliners. This is something that was also in my 2014 goals, not to purchase any more eyeliners. I haven't bought, other than my Jessie's Girl liquid liner, I haven't bought an eyeliner in years. So that I'm really good at it, but mostly I just don't want to buy pencil liners. That's my big issue. Then perfume. I've collected quite a number of perfumes this year somehow. I was using up them, all the ones that I had before. I did a really good job at it, and then I now have like 4 or 5 perfumes. So I don't want to buy any more until I use up some of them. Next is face oils or like face serums. I have several right now, and I really just want to pare down the ones that I have, use up what I have, and buy the ones that I really liked after trial and error. Lip balm, I'm really good at that now. I don't purchase a bunch of lip balms anymore like I used to. I have the ones that I really like, the Jack Black and the Nivea. Those are the only ones I really want. So lip balms, this shouldn't be an issue, but I just put it on this list just to remind myself not to go crazy again. Next is hand cream. I haven't had an issue with hand cream in the past, but in the past like 3 months, I went kind of crazy and bought like tons of hand cream. So now I have like 5, which is absurd for me because I'm not a person that really applies lotion or hand cream a lot. So now I have a good number, mostly the Philosophy ones because they all smelled so good. And so I just want to get through those before I purchase any more. My last category is primers, and I did a really great job this past year of using up all the primers that I have. Now I have the Too Faced one that I really like. This is an awesome like moisturizing primer, and I did just get 2 like sample size ones from various like gift bags and stuff. So I want to use those up and then purchase after I don't have any more. So I think that I'll be fine with that, but I wrote it on this list anyhow. Okay, for product limits, which is my next category, I have a group of categories that I don't want any more than this number at any given time. And I think that this will be really, really good for me, and I hope that I can stick to it because I think I really put a lot of thought into the number of each of these categories, and I think that I can actually do it if I stay sane and remember that I want to, like, there's a goal in mind for all of these. So the first product limit is for body lotion, and I only want 4. That seems like a lot, and at first I was like, I just want 2 body lotions or like 1 body lotion. But then I was thinking how you can smell something and it smells so amazing and you just want to buy it right then because it's on sale or whatever. And so I'm taking that into consideration. I can have 4 body lotions at any given time. I might only be using 1, just focusing on 1 to use, but I might have 3 extras that I just bought or whatever. So that is that. Body wash, same thing. I want 4 at any given time. I'll probably only be using 1 or 2 at once, but 4 I can have like in my cabinet or whatever at any given time. Foundations, I only want 2. So the whole point of me trying to use up all my foundations this year is to get to the point where I only have 2. And if they're high-end, if they're low-end, it doesn't matter what they are. I just want 2 foundations at any given time. I think that that is perfect for me. I can have a more full coverage, long-lasting foundation, and maybe a light coverage or 2 different finishes or whatever. It doesn't matter to me what they are, but I only want 2 foundations because it takes me a long time to get through foundations. I don't apply very much because I only like to do 1 layer or it looks cakey on me, and I don't know, I just only want 2 because my foundation stash has really blown up over the past 2 years and I'm just trying to get it back to a reasonable level. Same with tinted moisturizers. I only want 1. Through this year of using up all my BB creams and tinted moisturizers, I've realized that they basically all do the same thing. I don't need 5 tinted moisturizers or BB creams because they're practically all the same. And I'm not like a huge face product foundation junkie, so someone like that would see the difference in them. But for me, they basically all do the same thing. And so the tinted moisturizer I really want is the Chantecaille Just Skin, and that's a very, very expensive product. So for me, I would only want 1, no matter what I buy, but especially if I'm investing $60 into a product, I really want to make sure that's the one that I'm always reaching for and using. So I only want 2 foundations and 1 tinted moisturizer. 3 base products sounds perfect to me, and I really hope that I can get to that point where I only have 3 face products. Face oils and like serums, I only want 2. I'm not sure how that will work. Face oils, I think I'll be able to stick with 2. I would really want the Pie Rosehip Oil and the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate, my favorite. So I didn't write serums as well here because those are different things. Like I can have serums for clarifying my skin or whatever, so I didn't include that. Face oils, I only want 2, the Pie and the Kiehl's, or the Kiehl's and whatever else. But serums I didn't include in this because I don't know if it's a good idea to limit myself to a certain number. I just want to make sure I'm using the ones that I have. That's like the whole point of having these limits. I want a limit to be able to use up what I have. So face oils 2, I didn't put a limit on like serums and like treatments. Lip balms, I want 3. I strategically picked that number because I have 1 in my vanity, 1 in my bedside, and 1 in my purse. That's what I have now. I have 3. It's all I want. It's a perfect number, and I hope that I can stick to that through the rest of this year. Cream shadows, I only want to have 10. Right now, I think I have between 12 and 15, and I know that I'll be able to pare down my collection and work through at least some of those this year. So I really, oh my god, it makes me think of me and Chloe would always talk in like Asian voices in college, and I really miss it. So anyhow, I know that I'll be able to pare down my cream shadows into just having 10. Cream shadows is something I absolutely love, but using up 2 in the past year really showed me that I need to work through these things and then only buy ones that I'll actually be able to use up because they do go bad. They're creams and they dry out. So to have 10, that's still more than I think I should have, but it's a realistic goal for this year. Eyeliners, I only want 1 of each color. I've been working on that really hardcore for the past year, if not longer, and I'm pretty much at that goal. So I just want like a nude, a black, a brown, a purple, like a smoky purple, maybe like a blue or something. Just 1 of each color. I don't need 20 blacks and 20 browns and 50 nudes, like whatever. I don't need a million. I just need 1 of each, and that's pencil. I should make a note of that, but I'm fine with having like a black liquid liner and a black pencil. Like they serve different purposes. So for pencil eyeliners, I just want 1 of each color. And then bronzers, I really would love to get my collection down to just 2 bronzers. Right now I have 5, and I had like 20 at the beginning of this year, and I am going to do an inventory at the end of this year of what I have now compared to what I started with. That's a whole separate video that I'm going to be doing. But I would really love to get down to just 2 bronzers, like 1 deeper one for contouring, maybe like cool toned, and then a like a warm toned bronzer for just warming up my face. So those are my product limits, and it'll take much of this year to get my collection down to these numbers, but these are my goals. All right, and then I have specific goals, 2 of them, that I want to achieve this year. So I want to use up 10 color lip products. I showed you guys 4 specific ones that I want to use up in 2015, and then any 6 other color lip products. It can be sample size, full size, whatever. Just, I want to use up 10, get through them, and that was a really good goal for me this year in 2014, so I think I'll be able to achieve that in 2015. And then I also want to try to finish up 2 cream shadows. I finished up 2 cream shadows at the end of this year, so I think that I would be able to use up 2 next year. So I have 1 specific one that I'm going to be working on, and then when that one's done, I'll decide what one to use up next. But that is my plan. And then I also have a note to myself to do quarterly inventory of makeup, skincare, perfume, body care, and hair care. So every 3 months, I want to do an inventory, see what I have, see where I am on my product limits, if I'm getting there, if I have more than what I started with this year. So I'm gonna really try to be good about keeping an inventory and like keeping myself in check, basically. Okay, on to my 2015 beauty budget. I've never done a beauty budget before, so I thought really long and hard about the amount of money for these categories and the things that it included or not included and the limits for stuff. So I really hope that I can stick to this because I put a lot of thought into it and I'm trying to be really realistic but still like rein myself in. So for makeup, I have set a budget for myself for $600 for the entire year, which breaks down to $50 per month. And that doesn't mean I have to spend $50 each month or the money's gone. I could spend $0 one month and $100 the next, and it wouldn't make any difference to me. I just want to spend $600 per year, and for my own peace of mind, I broke it down $50 per month. And then any money left over from that $600 at the end of the year is going into my savings. And I don't know if I will have any money left. I don't know if I'll have 10 cents left, but if there is money left, I want to put it into my savings. It is including makeup brushes. Makeup brushes are something that I've recently gotten into. I've been splurging on very high-end makeup brushes, and not that that's a bad thing, but it's just something I haven't been doing before, but I want to include it in this budget because I know if I don't, I will go absolutely crazy and spend millions of dollars on makeup brushes because it's not in my budget. So I'm including makeup brushes. The budget does not include drugstore mascara. If I want to buy a $30 Giorgio Armani mascara, that is included in this budget. But if I'm going to buy my L'Oreal Voluminous, it's not included because that is a necessity to me. I cannot go a day without mascara. So I can buy a drugstore one, but a high-end one is like, basically the budget is to cover luxury, not necessity items. So that's where my rationality is. I added this, and I think that this will be a really smart thing for me to do. I'm limiting myself to 15 eyeshadow purchases in the year, which is including cream and powder eyeshadow. So eyeshadow is my biggest weakness. I have an entire drawer. I used to have 3 drawers full of eyeshadow. It's my favorite part of makeup. I love it so much. It's my most creative part, and I feel really like excited when I do a pretty eyeshadow look, but I can tend to buy eyeshadows that I already have, or like buy stuff and neglect what I already own. So 15 eyeshadow products is my limit for this year. And I was gonna do 10, but that made me nervous, so I put 15, and if I don't reach 15, that's awesome. I am stronger than I think I am, so we'll see how many I actually purchase, but 15 eyeshadow cream or powder shadows are my limits. That doesn't include other eye products like mascara or liner or whatever. It just includes cream and powder eyeshadow. And like a single MAC pan, that counts as one. So, or like a giant palette, that would count as one too. So we'll see what happens with that. And then I also noted must keep inventory of all purchases. I'm going to, probably in this notebook, keep a running list of everything that I purchase, the cost of it, the date I bought it, what it is, and just see where my money is going. So that is something very important that I have to do. Then separately, I have skincare, hair care, and perfume. This has no dollar limit because I don't think it's necessary for me to include it in the budget because skincare, hair care, and perfume are things I do consider necessities. Specifically skincare, but hair care and perfume I'm lumping into this. Skincare, I could spend easily $600 in a year on skincare alone because I go through it, I try different things, blah, blah, blah. But even though there is no dollar limit, I'm limiting the number of things that I can own. I can only have 3 products of any type of product at any given time. So I could only have 3 cleansers, 3 moisturizers, 3 perfumes, 3 hairsprays, 3 whatever. I can only have 3 at any given time. So that I think will help limit myself, but not put a dollar amount to these categories. So again, I have to keep an inventory of all these purchases. Even though I'm not limiting myself money-wise, I still want to see what I'm spending my money on. And I'm going to keep that separate from my makeup, just to be able to see next year. This was an idea of one of my subscribers. They said keep a list of what like skincare and stuff you're buying, because maybe in 2016 you can do a budget based on what you spent this year. So I thought that that was a really, really good idea. So that is my plan for that. I also added candles because my candle collection has got out of control. It's taking over my closet. It's absolutely insane. And I'm sure that I've spent way too much money on candles this year. And my budget, I didn't really think a lot about this number. I just kind of made it up right before this video. So I'm not sure if this is like, this number seems very high to me, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. I'm saying $150 a year for candles. And basically my thought on that is because the Bath & Body Works 2 for $22, it's easy to spend $30, $40, $50 in one shot. So $150 I think is a good number. My woodwick candles are about $20 each. So $150 for the year, I think that's good. And then I have like a little goal for myself. I want to use up 2 candles per month this year. I've been trying to do that in the past 2 months with my project Use It Up. I've been trying to finish 2 candles per month, just so I don't have a little bit of candles left over for an entire year, because that's what the habit that I've gotten into. So I'm going to really try to use up 2 candles per month, only spend $150 for the entire year on candles. Okay, and then I have 2 reminders to myself on my beauty budget. The first one is do not make purchases based on free samples, and I have Nordstrom, because I seriously, like, one of my most visited pages on my computer is the free sample page on Nordstrom, because is free shipping no matter what, and you get 3 free beauty samples with any beauty purchase. So you could spend $2 on something, like not like a lot of things at Nordstrom are $2, but you could buy a NYX lipstick or something that they have on their website, and you could get like La Mer samples for free. So I have really spent a lot of extra money at Nordstrom because of these free samples, and I just need to stop doing that. It's really ridiculous, and I don't want to have hordes of samples anymore. It's driving me crazy. So I'm really going to try to work on that for myself. And then my last note is because of a recent event. I put do not buy Yankee candles from Marshall's, and I was gonna put do not buy Yankee candles at all, which I don't think I will be buying Yankee candles anymore, but from Marshall's I would like, it's so easy for me there. It's like my favorite store ever to just be so excited about the things that I'm finding, and they're like so much cheaper than the retail price that I just buy them. But I have spent like so much money on these Yankee candles that do not have a scent throw to save its life. I spent like $30 to $40 in total on these candles that are pointless. So I'm just not going to buy Yankee candles at all anymore, except for that, the cake one. If I could find that, I would totally buy it. But other ones, I'm not buying them because it adds up so quickly, and I just can't waste that money anymore. So that is my beauty budget and my Project Use It Up 2015. I'm super excited, and I'm really inspired to do really well next year. And I am so excited that so many of us are doing projects, and it seems like there's like a whole new like wave of people doing Use It Up challenges, and it's so exciting. And please let me know if you're doing something like this next year, because we can all support each other, and it's so much more fun when we see each other like succeeding at it, and I don't know, it just really helps me see you guys like do well, because it encourages me to try harder and do the best that I can. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you're doing a beauty budget for the first time as well, please let me know, and let me know what you're planning on doing, because your beauty budget should be very personal, and I don't think any of us will have the same beauty budget, because it should be about your finances, what you want with your beauty products, and it should just be very tailored to yourself. And I don't know, I think that it'll be really interesting to see how I do, because I'm really nervous, but I'm excited to see how it goes. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching today. I hope that you're having a great week, and I will see you really soon. Bye!